channels. It's based on extension. We call it extension based on the number of extensions. And I told you that majorly your phone box normally have two major types of ports that you can connect to phone box. Number one is what we call the extension port from here to here. And this one we call it what? CO port. On this you can see it here. This is it. CO port. This is extension port. This is CO port. PBX was that. The extensions are used to connect to what? To the phone box. While the CO lines are connected to what? Either another PBX, either your MDF, either your what? GSM gateway or what? Your PXTN. Or your PSTN. When you want to connect your PBX to PSTN or PBX to another PBX, you use the CO lines. And I move on. So based on extension, we have 4 channel PBX or 4 extension PBX. Although that one is not that common again in the market. 4 extension, meaning that the maximum number of phone boxes you can connect to it is what? 4 phone boxes. Can I move on? Next after that we have 8 extensions. Next after 8 we have the 16 extension. After 16 we have 32. After 32 we have 64. We now have those that use half-long cables where you can have maybe 50 lines, 100 lines, or can even have up to 1,024 lines. Are you guys with me now? The next one we now have number 2 now. Number 1 is what? Based on number of channels. Number 2 now. We now have PBX based on connectivity. PBX, that's how my dad taught me, based on connectivity. PBX based on connectivity. The class ends by 1:30. So we just have 45 minutes to the end of this class. PBX based on connectivity. The moment it's 30 minutes, stop the video, you start another. So when we talk on connectivity, we are talking about the numbers of lines you can establish. You can establish per time. We are talking about the numbers of lines you can establish per time. Maybe you carry that. I'm coming. Let me be true with your plan. Under connectivity, the first type we have, we call them unit connect PBX. Unit connect PBX are PBX that can only establish one single what? Call per time. Now one that can only establish one. You know, for you to establish a call, how many phone boxes do you need? 2, minimum of 2. Yes. So for you to be able to call another person, at least you need to call the other person, right? And establish minimum of 2 phone boxes. You can have more than 2 phone boxes. In a conference call, you can have 3, you can have 4, you can have 5. Am I right or wrong? So a good example of a unit connected PBX is this one I'm holding. This one I'm holding. Pause the video. People are on this PBX calling each other. No other person can use this PBX until when they terminate their call. Hope you guys get what I'm saying now. So the moment, even if one of them forgot to disconnect the call, it means this PBX can't do anything. But when they do what? They terminate their course. What did I say the last time? I said somebody is Puma. You are Puma. The next step we have Under number 2B, we have what we call multi-connect PBX. Multi-connect PBX are PBXs. These two people are calling each other. And other people can see what established call. So they don't need to wait till somebody finish making the scope. We normally use this one in small business places. Maybe they have a restaurant, they just want to call the gate man. It's a very small business place. Hope you guys know what I'm saying. The second type we have is this one. This type we call it multi-connect PBX, meaning that you can establish more than one call per time. And let me give you a rule. How do you know the numbers, the maximum number of calls you can establish on the PBX? It's always 2 rates per end to channel extensions. So let's assume now that it's 16. When you divide 16 by 2, that's 8. So it means you can establish up to 8 calls per time. 2 multiplied by n equal to the number of channels. If it's 64 channels, 64 divided by 2. So we can still establish up to 32 calls per time. At least we have done like 4 intercom jobs. The 2 ones we did in Malaysia and some other ones. Can I move on? Number 3, we have the PBX that is conference call enabled PBX. This one you can make multiple calls, and you can also do what? Yeah, this one can also do that. So if your channel is 32, that's n divided by n is the number of 2 multiplied by n equals to the number of channels, where your n is the number of calls you can establish per time. Can I move on now? So in a conference call enabled PBX, you can add more people to an already established call. I guys now. You know, we are talking of, I gave you an assignment then. You talk of DTMF, am I right? Yes, sir. Where you can generate tone. So when you dial the other person's number, 2 of us are already communicating on the PBX now. Let me use a very real life scenario. The accountant is calling the stock manager that the accountant called the stock manager that what happened? The customer is complaining about social stock. He said, no. Let's call the gate man now. The gate man also should check the number of products. 2 of you are already on the call. You can easily do what? Add the gate man to the call. Are you guys with me? Yes. Or you say, let's call the social person, the manager. The manager said we should reduce the number of stock we are reducing. That's why we have already approved it. You can also add, meaning that it's not only 2 phone boxes that you need to use to establish a TV call. You can add multiple people because like you are making your normal conference call. Not all PBX can do that. And one thing I normally advise is that you need to check what your client needs. It's based on what your client needs that you use to decide this type of PBX is the one I'm using. Let me move now to number 3 now. Based on internet connectivity. Number 3, based on internet connectivity. Everyone will play PBX based on internet connectivity. Under PBX based on internet connectivity, we have the first time we have what we call IP PBX. We have IP PBX. So a good example of IP PBX is this. There are PBX that has what? IP address. And they also have what? MAC address. There are PBX that have IP address and also have what? MAC address. Meaning that all the voice conversation here, all the voice conversation on this PBX, right? If I connect it to internet, it will convert everything to what? Data. And you can easily trace this device directly on what? On internet. When it has its own IP address and it has its own what? MAC address. The other type we have ordinary PBX like this ones. You can't connect them directly with internet. You need to add some other devices to it before you can connect them with internet. Meaning that they don't have IP address, they don't have what? MAC address. And we normally call it voice over voice. Why this one is voice over data? So ordinary PBX are what? Voice over voice device. Meaning that we need to everything that is being processed here is processed in form of voice. And anything I'm connecting it to, it also transmits it as what? Voice. Whereas this one can transmit it as both voice and data. How many am I giving you now? 3. Number 4. Based on storage facility. Based on storage facility. Let me quickly give you an assignment here. You don't want to do assignment. Put his face online so that you can know what the assignment is this. How do you establish your PBX? You go and explain how you establish your PBX with internet connectivity on an IP PBX. Explanation of how you can establish your PBX with an internet device on voice over data. That's assignment number 1. Can I move on now? Number 4, we have PBX based on storage. Now I told you that it's not all PBX that can store information. There are some that are just meant for what? Conversation. I talk to you, you talk to me, and that's all. Whereas we have some other PBX that can save all the information that is being processed within it. All your voice, all your conversations that is being processed within it. And there is one thing about storage PBX that can use internet storage. They will have what? CMOS battery. Can you see this CMOS battery? And the major function of this CMOS battery is to synchronize all that information with what? With time. So when you are trying to search for an information, you can know the time of the call, you can know the jack that makes the call, you can know who are those that are what connected to at that time. So let me assume that I use jack 1. And jack 1 has already committed a fraud on the 1st of January. I want to trace all the information that I gave out. From there we can check how many people does jack 1 call. How many calls were established from jack 1? How many calls were received from what? Jack 1. What are the duration of each call? And not only duration of each one, I can also listen to what? All the call conversations. There is a period where you can connect with your internal storage. And most of these devices, you can connect with external storage to them. Maybe a starter hard disk or a what? A solid state hard disk. That's SSD. Are you guys? So even if there is no light on the PBX and the PBX is not working, the CMOS battery will still keep the timing of what? On the circuit itself. Can I move on? Yes. How many have I given you? 9. 4. Number 5. PBX based on program. PBX based on program. Not all PBX can be programmed. First put down that not all PBX can be programmed. With other PBX based on program, we have what we call pre-programmed PBX. That's 5A. Pre-programmed PBX. That's 5A. Pre-programmed PBX are PBX that the manufacturer have already put ID subscriber ID on each of what of its extension, like this one. If I want to call extension, this extension, I must press 801. 8 is the prefix of this PBX. So this 01, I must press what? 801. So if 808 want to call this extension, I must press what? 801. If I want to call this one, I must press what? 803. It's already what? Pre-programmed. This is another example of a pre-programmed PBX. If I want to call any extension here, I must press what? #1. Maybe I should pass it down so that you will not be. If I want to call another one, I will press what? #2. Bring one phone box. The phone box has a that one. You can press #1, #2, #forever. Your phone box directly. When you connect your phone box directly, you start working. The other type that we have, I ever have PBX. The ever have phone box. The other type that we have what we call programmable PBX. That's number 2. Programmable PBX. Programmable PBX are PBX that you can change the number. But not.
So I think it was in the book that I saw one phone box.
It's in the book.
Yes, but the distance not there.
You can't change the last destination, the last 2 digits. For example, now this PBX via jack 01, jack 02 to jack 08. This one. I can decide that instead of pressing 01, 02, 08, I can decide to make it 88801 or 77701. But the last 2 digits, I can't change them. Although it's an auto-run PBX. The moment I connect it with USB, this is USB. The moment I connect it to the so the moment I press #1, I can still establish call with another one. Are you with me? But the pre-programmed PBX, you need what we call console. Console. Put it down. For pre-program, before you can program a pre-programmed PBX, you need what? Console. You guys are went to those sites. You need a console. You can't use ordinary phone box to program a programmable PBX. You can use console. Number 2, you can use your system. You can use the software. The moment you connect this PBX to any system, it will auto-run the software. So from the software, you can do what? You can program. I can decide to say, let me change this one to 1. Let me change this one to 2. Let 01 and 02 pick external call. Are you guys getting what I'm saying now? Call is coming in from the external. From what? When we say external call, what do I mean?
Outside that.
What is an outside call?
Extra call.
Who can get it? Everybody that gets it, take a book.
Call from another area. Another network.
Yes, thank you very much.
Very good.
Where's your assignment? And if it's a programmable PBX, you can configure it in such a way that you can decide which line can receive call from outside. You can decide which line can make call external calls. Hope you guys get what I'm saying now. Yes. So those ones you can do it either you with what? What do I call that device I can use?
Console.
Console is also like a phone box, but it allows you to do what? Program. And note most times where you connect your console is jack 1. First jack. Most times where you can access the interface with your PBX and what? Jack 1. Most times jack 1. If they say that it's a console and you decide and make a decide and connect it to jack 2, you can do what? You can enter the interface of the PBX. Next one. we have program. We have what? Programmable PBX. We have PBX based on power backup. Not all PBX can work without electricity. Oh, before I move to that, any PBX, there is a programmable PBX. You can also use them for what? A call center setup. You know that most PBX you use them for what? Only internal calls. Let me stand up. You use most PBX based on what? Internal call. But if I have this now, I can decide to set up a call center. You know, nowadays, some of the pharmacies now have call centers. Have you noticed this? If you are in a large area like Lagos, you have some pharmaceutical companies that have customer care now, where they are selling drugs, that you don't need to go to their pharmacy to go and buy drugs. They will put a number there, especially in Lagos. If you need any drug, just call that number. They will come and deliver it for you once at your house, at your doorstep. And they might have 4 people. Some might have 8 people picking calls. But you can call them if there is a what called pharmaco reaction. Use a drug. You know, in the olden days when we used to use this drug, all these quinines, this chloroquine, some people use it and they start splashing their body. Although nowadays, Snapchat can have a toll free, like you can call it pharmaco reaction. There is no drug that doesn't have its own reaction. And they use it during research. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? If I buy a drug that is not working effectively, maybe a fake drug, or a substandard drug, or even is completely fake, you can easily go and say, some drug that I bought at your place is not working. No. You can receive external calls. So those why I can program it to pick external code. But all these ones, you use them only for what? PBX functions. Hope you guys got it. Can I move on? Lastly, we now have PBX based on power supply. Like this, it has a slot here where you can connect your power. So whether there is light or there is no light, as long as there is still enough electrical charge inside the battery, it will still work. It will still work. You know, nowadays, I don't want to be mentioning names of hospitals. You know, there are some hospitals now that when you go there, they have phone boxes on each one. So when there is any need that arises, you can easily use that phone box. Some have panic button as well. That if you are not strong enough to start dialing number as a sick person, the moment you press hash, at their end there, call will do what? Call will ring. Nurse normally have a nurse closer to you. But sometimes in some places they will not allow nurses to be where those patients are. It's only when they need to attend to those patients they move. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. That's one thing you can also do. You can market yourself to private hospitals. Instead of this, you can decide a panic button. So nurse doesn't need to start coming around everything, although they are normally duty to move around. But if there is a need for emergency at any point in time, they can easily do it. Establish a call back to the nurse bay or back to the resident doctor or to those that are to attend to them. And now imagine that you have already installed PBX, light now goes up. They can shout, we are in Nigeria now. You don't have 24 hours light, yes or no?
Yes.
So now imagine that there is no light. Now they wait, will the hospital or the firm wait for light to come before they will be able to use their PBX. In such environment, we use this type of PBX that wants
Backup.
that have power backup. All these other ones doesn't have power backup. Or you buy what a mini UPS for them that in use. Can I move on now? There are now some PBX. They can use multiple calls. They will have IP, they will have power backup, they will have storage device. Any PBX that have all those functions together, we call them advanced hybrid PBX. An advanced hybrid PBX, you can reprogram them. You can do what? You can store information on it. You can connect them directly to internet because they have IP address. They are called what? Advanced hybrid. The major reason under extension, you notice that today I don't talk about extension ports. This ports. Yeah, I told you. What did I told you in the last time about this one? 1, 2. You can use it to increase the number of extensions. So as this one is 8 extensions, if I buy another 4 extension card and I plug it to it, it becomes what? 16. If I use 2, it will become what? 24. You now notice why I said in that class that we have 3 years, 8 to 4. Meaning that it's going to run from 8 extensions to 24 extensions. This is not the type of PBX you use in the job. It was NSE, Panasonic NSE that used it. And that one accommodates up to how many lines? 32 lines. There are some that have RGs and the other one use what? Aflon block. That's why some guys have gone to site.
That's our front cable. And we are testing it that day with a phone box.
Sure, it's free.
You know the one that is working. It's not all of them that is working. Why?
One of the major problems that PBX normally have is thunder issue. The moment there is a thunder strike like this, and that place is not well hearted, it can affect the program that designed on it. You will notice that on that PBX, you already have maybe around 16 lines that are what outdated. Those were already what opened. Those won't work effectively. But the extension card, you need to activate the extension card. So the moment there is a thunder strike, you will need to what to reprogram the PBX again, so that the extension card will start working. That's why we return those devices back to them, so that they can reprogram it, so that the extension card. They really also.
There's a problem with the program.
Yes, there's a problem with the program. So the moment you don't open expansion card, they will not come. They will just be there. And not everybody can work. Okay, let's do another assignment, number 2. You give me 2 softwares that you can use in programming PBX. 2 softwares, that's assignment number 2, that you can use in programming PBX. And note that the software is based on what the manufacturer and the products. Can I move on now? Let me stop on PBX. We may come back to it. At least I came here with 3 times. Next thing we now want to move to is I've given you an assignment of connecting your PBX. We have 3 major devices that you can use to connect your PBX to PST. Let me show you. A good example is this fixed wireless. This one is GSM gateway. Then on that GSM gateway, we normally have 2 types of GSM gateway. We have the one with display and we have the one without system. The one without display, you can't be sure. The only time you can know the call that is coming in is if you are using a display phone box. So on the box that is to receive the call, you know that there is a call coming in from so what number. But if you are using a non-display phone box, you need to pick the call and start asking who is on the line. Or the person say, welcome to DSTV Nigeria, how may we help you? That's when you start giving them the information that you need to know. So at that level, they don't need to know who's calling you. Then we have this type that has a display where you can actually know who is calling. And this has normally has a GSM camera. It works on 2G. That's a GSM camera where you connect and a GSM antenna. You know, in the olden days, when we normally have location where the network is very good, you have buy what standard GSM antenna. Connect it outside. When we normally go to places where you pay 20 naira, they now have a desktop phone. So even if there's no network in that place, you go to that call center and take your call. You remember those times where you go to a tree. Although there are still some places in Osun State where you still need to go and climb before you can see it. When I say I've taken Lagos, all these attack points are east, attack points are west area. There are some villages there where maybe it's evening, they don't come. I remember when I was in Bayelsa, what's the name of this place? Name Day Bazambi. That place, you need to go close to their water. It's the water that will reflect that. Later, before they install a base station, they installed the base station before I left. But now, all those hotels, Neuli, Masamberi, Nazamberi, they are now big cities already connected with bridges. Can I move on now? The second one we have already done a research on them. That's one where you can use landline to connect with your PBX. And the third one that we have, where is the line on? I think there is one line on that. We have it's an RJ11 enabled watch.
Right.
What's this thing I'm holding? It's your first time. This is an RJ11. If you have what we call a telephone, it has a telephone. Can you now notice the difference between connecting this one to RJ11 router and connecting this one to internet? This you can easily connect your RJ, you can connect your USB directly to what? Internet. Some will even have some COM ports where you can connect directly to internet. This one doesn't have COM ports to connect directly. There are some that will have RJ45 ports.
This one has RJ45.
No, yes. No. It's USB. It doesn't have RJ45. There's another model that has RJ45. Alright. I've discussed call waiting for you guys before. That's why I'm not talking about it. Now I told you that we have some PBX you can program that you can put on call waiting, and while call waiting, you'll be listening to the advert of the company. This PBX can do it. That's why you have a music jack here, where you can plug your music plug. There are some you can load the music software, the music on it straight via USB, and that's what some of the hotel does. Inside of your home, brand, just say welcome to Exporter Hotel. This is the best hotel. By the time you keep using that, you know, you call in the morning to request for your meal, you call in the afternoon, you call in the evening. You now notice that when you get back home and you are taking your bath, you just be singing the advert of that hotel. They are trying to put it into your psychology. So by the time next time you need to be in that same town, where will you want to watch? You tell that the advert is still running or what for your head. So there are three ways here you can connect your PBX to PSTN. You have this one, GSM gateway. You have this one, RJ11 router, and I have the demo. I used to have that demo here because when one of my exchange stories were in Nigeria. Can I move on? Now, how do we connect all those devices together? All these components that we have been mentioning, how do we connect them together? One of my oga that trained me on INTERCOM gave me a way of connecting them. So, and he called it INTERCOM configuration, put it down. So, he called INTERCOM configuration means of connecting devices together. Here's the line. And according to him, he gave me 10 different configurations. And since that was how he trained me, and he's working for me, that's all how I also explain to my trainees, and it make it easier for you to get. So that's why you see some of my guys, they will say, when we go for an INTERCOM installation, those that you train, they say, which configuration do you use in your INTERCOM installation? Configuration 1, okay. Configuration 2, okay. So it's like a code that we use in communicating with the answer. Should I explain it the way D2, and that's the simplest way I can understand it. So he called his collaboration the ways of connecting with different intercom components together to perform what communication tasks. Collaboration 1. Let's start with collaboration 1. What do I call collaboration? Collaboration 1. He will still have time. It's because of those that are going for the math. They are stopping the class.